Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to 2026. Happy New Year to everyone. The season's getting ready to get back underway after our Christmas and New Year's break. Your Kansas City Knights have traveled down to Jefferson City, Missouri to take on the Midmo Tigers. Warm-ups are underway. Knights are in their away reds. Tigers will be in their home blacks. Looking at the standings at the varsity level, Kansas City Stars sit in first place right now. 21 points. Northwest Arkansas sitting in second. 19 points. The Knights are in third with 16. Then you've got Wichita at 14 points. And in fifth place are these Midmo Tigers at 12 points. Not 100% sure if all the games have been entered in. I know there has been some delay on some of those. It does show the Stars with 13 games played, Northwest with 10, Wichita with 10, the Knights with 12. So there might be a few games missing. But that's how Marshall has it in the standings right now. Trent, the shot blocker Smith, and Samuel Dinsmore are the two goaltenders here for the varsity game. We'll see who gets the nod. Baumgartner and White are the goaltenders for the Tigers. We'll see who gets the nod there. Good to see the hockey back after the long break. Knights last played the weekend before Christmas, traveling down to Wichita. A 4-4 tie on the Saturday game. Sunday was a 4-3 loss for the Knights. Knights in that tie had to battle back as they fell behind 4-0. Tied the game with like 47 seconds remaining in the game, 49 seconds, something like that. An empty net. Had 6 skaters out. It was a 6-on-4 as Wichita had just gotten a penalty. And the Knights were able to tie it up and took the tie, got 1 point. JV action will be coming up next. Scheduled puck drop around 6 p.m. We'll see if that stays on track or not. JV taking both wins the last action they had right before Christmas down in Wichita. 2-1 victory on Saturday. 3-0 victory on Sunday to end the first half of the season.
Sinners, history, rise, religion, breathe and crown the new king. They were a dream team.
All right, warm-ups are over. Kids will gather up the pucks, and we'll get ready to get this action underway down here in Jeff City. Looks like it'll be Baumgartner for the Tigers in net. Play introductions coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Washington Park Ice Arena for this evening's varsity matchup between the Kansas City Knights and your Mid-Missouri Tigers. Starting lineup for the Knights. At forward, number 97, Henry Zwellenberg. At forward, number 7, Gunnar Smith.
Zwellenberg, Smith,
6, Kingston Sanders.
Kingston Sanders.
On defense, number 10, Evan Tong. On defense, number 73, Brody Cunningham. And in net, number 52, Trent Smith.
And Trent, the shot blocker, Smith, over for the Tigers.
At forward, number 91, Gavin Wilson.
Nelson.
At forward, number 23,
Wilson.
Brendan Hervey.
Hervey.
At forward, number 50, Zach Harris.
Zach Harris.
On defense, number 7, Michael Witt. On defense,
Michael Witt.
number 20, Paul Penn.
And
in
Penn.
net, number 1, Jeremiah Baumgartner.
And Baumgartner.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you're able. Remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
They're not doing it? Oh. Is he showing Craig how to do it? Oh. Okay. All right, we're getting ready to go here. Baumgartner's heading off to our right. Smith will be to our left. Lukenmeyer, the official for this evening's game. And here we go. Gunnar Smith steps in. Loose puck. Bouncing around. Tigers come away with it. They'll bring it into the Knight zone. Quick shot saved by Smith. Deflected, goes out of play right off the bat. And the faceoff will come down into the Knight zone. Smith and Wilson will do it again. Faceoff comes to Cunningham. He'll rip it around the boards. Sanders was peeking out the left-hand side, brings it into the Tiger zone. Plows right over Witt. Comes away with a puck back behind the net, down into the near corner. Will cycle it around the boards. Gunnar Smith right there in the corner. Back behind Baumgartner, goes over far side. Sanders will battle for it once again. Harris will poke it down. Sanders comes away with it. Zwellenberg gets it to Cunningham. Shot gets deflected, goes wide of the net. Comes over near side. Comm comes down. Now he'll rip it across ice. Broken up by the Tigers. Out into neutral zone, and now we're going to get a hand pass. Just underway in the first, 14:08 remaining. This will bring in Busher, Banks, and Dunlap. Graham and McClin on the defense. Face off right here at center ice. Busher will grab this one off the face off, chips it down into the Tiger zone. Tigers will grab this one, loose puck up against the boards. McClin pushes it back down into the corner. Tigers cross ice pass near side. Round Graham they come up the left-hand side. Kick down into the Knight zone. McClin will battle for it down low. Tigers come away with it. McClin with the steal, backhands it up high. Tigers get it, takes a shot, saves Smith. Up the right-hand side, this will be Dunlap battling for it, brings it into the Knight zone, Tiger zone, trickles back out, and that'll be an offsides on Hoyt Banks as he grabbed that puck just as it crossed over the blue line. Sanders, Smith, and Zwellenberg will check back in. Comm and Cunningham on the defense. Face-off trickles back to Cunningham. He'll look for a cross-ice pass stolen by the Tigers, and now they got a 3-on-1. Nice job by Cunningham as he broke that up. Tigers will chip it back into the Knight zone, grabbed by Comm. Evan Comm cross-ice pass. Deflected by the Tigers, grabbed by Zwellenberg. Cross-ice over towards Sanders in the corner. Smith down low in the corner, gets it to Sanders. Back behind Baumgartner. Back to Smith, back to Sanders in the corner. Zwellenberg comes away with it. Back behind Baumgartner, comes back out near side. Brings it up high to Sanders. Being pressured. Now Sanders will chip it down the boards, trying to get it to Zwellenberg. Stolen by the Tigers, and they'll clear it. Stolen by Comm right at the red line. Loses off a poke check. Henry Zwellenberg will bring it in, dumps it down into the Tiger zone. Smith will battle far corner. Brings it up high to Comm. Cross ice, bounces it off the board to Zwellenberg. Right up to Cunningham. Takes a shot, screened by Smith, but goes wide of the net. Cleared by the Tigers, that should be an icing. And icing will be the call. 12:04 remaining in the first, no score. Face-off will come back down into the Tiger zone. Neal Smith and Larson will check in. This is Bojangles Smith. Graham and McClin back in on the defense. Face-off grab by the Tigers. This will be Harris. Out to neutral zone, crosses the red line and dumps it high into the air, down into the near corner. Graham whiffs on the clearing pass. Big check by Larson. Loose puck. Tigers come away with it. Wilson centers one across the crease. Far side, Harris and Smith will battle for it. McClin gets it to Larson. Loses it off a Pochek right at the red line. Now picked up by Neal up the right-hand side. Graham will bring it in, sends one towards the net, saved by Baumgartner. Tigers slap it around the backside, grabbed by Smith. Has it poke checked away by the Tigers. They'll send it over near side. Cleared out by Neal into the neutral zone. Now it'll be Larson and Harris battling it out. Loose puck grabbed by Neal, sends it far side towards Smith. Has it poke checked away. Loose puck. Tigers will get it into the night zone. This comes right to the stick of McClin. McClin near side off of Graham's stick into the Tigers zone, but cleared back out. Up ahead, this will be Hervey. Howard will work it. He'll lose it. Banks sends it back into the neutral ice, down into the Tiger zone. Delayed offsides. Now it's cleared. Tigers will send it out near side. This will be Howard. Once again, couldn't get to that puck. McClin clears it out to Busher. 3-on-2 for the Knights. Busher takes a shot, deflected up front by the Tigers. Ooh, odd bounce right off the glass. Came right out front of the crease, but Baumgartner had to clear that one. Dunlap gets a shot off, another save by Baumgartner. Big check over there by Com. Loose puck, grabbed by Banks. He'll send one deflected wide left of the net. Tigers will try to clear it. Now they'll bring it up the left-hand side. Oop, lost his edge. Loose puck, down goes Cunningham. He lost his edge. Tigers come away with it, saved by Smith off the quick shot. Com backhands it around. That's bouncing past Cunningham right underneath his feet. Howard comes over, takes out Cunningham. Harris centers it right up front, comes to Cunningham. To Busher. Busher to Gunnar Smith. He loses his edge. Puck rolled right to Cunningham, though. He tried to get a shot off, loses that one. Now here comes Howard once again. Up the left-hand side are the Tigers. Com pokes that one away. Zwellenberg, touch pass. Smith to Sanders, back to Smith. Smith with a shot, Baumgartner with a save. Smith will kick it over to Sanders, down in the corner, looking to cross ice over towards Zwellenberg. That's deflected by the Tigers, and they'll bring it out into the neutral zone. Carnes has his shot deflected off of McClin, goes off far corner. Pushed ahead, Zwellenberg will get the steal. One-on-one, Zwellenberg up the left, tries to pull back to the middle, has a poke checked away, continues to battle for the puck. Oh, do we get an interference here? And that's exactly what we're going to get. Whoa, they're calling Zwellenberg too. So these will be offsets. Roughing both ways, will skate 5-on-5. So Larson, Chikini, Smith comes in. This will be Morrison and McClin on the defense. 5-on-5 skate. They'll be eligible to come out at the first whistle after 6:35 in the first. Larson wins it down to the corners. Tigers grab it, try to clear it up the wall. That goes past Chikini. Here come the Tigers. They go around Morrison. Smith with a nice back check. Comes to the stick of Chikini. Cross ice right between McClin and Smith, and that's going to be an icing. Faceoff will come back to the night zone. 8:15 remaining in the first, no score. Com and Cunningham in. Larson, Chikini, and Smith will stay in there for the forwards. Chikini can't get it cleared. Tigers hold it. Comes right to the crease to Cunningham. His pass is deflected but grabbed by Chikini. Lincoln Chikini into the Tiger zone. Has his shot deflected off a shin guard. Cunningham holds it right at the blue line, chips a backhander down into the corner. Tigers whiff on the clearing pass around the boards. Now it'll come up the left-hand side. Tigers will get it cleared. This will be Hervey. Poked away by Cunningham. Loose puck. Grabbed by Harris. He'll backhand it up high to Witt. Witt will cross ice. Deflected on that shot by Smith. Centered up front. Nobody home for the Tigers. Chikini will get it cleared out to the neutral zone. Tipped by Witt, so no icing. Oh, they do have an arm in the air. And they will call icing. Thought that was deflected, but refs thought otherwise. We'll bring it down into the night zone for a face-off. His face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. Becker and McClin will check in. This will be Gunner, Smith, Busher, and Sanders. Smith wins it to McClin. Around the boards, far side towards Sanders. Sanders brings it out to Busher. Right-hand side to his forehand. Takes a shot. That's deflected. Goes wide of the net. Busher with a big check down on the board. Smith comes in, takes a hit on Howard. Howard's the one that laid that on Busher. Oh, and there's a big hit on Sanders, or by Sanders. Now it'll come near side. Neal takes a big hit off of Harris, and boy, the body checking is picked up here midway through the first. McClin comes away with a puck. Tries to cross ice over to Gunner Smith. That goes past him up against the wall, trickles out into neutral ice. This will be Sanders recovering the puck down in the night zone. Puts on the brakes, cross ice over to Becker. Becker will lose it, comes right to Witt. Stolen by Neal at the red line. He'll chip and chase down into the corner. Witt will get to this one first. Dunlap holds it up momentarily. Now here come the Tigers. Back out to neutral. Nice back check by Dunlap. Lifts the stick, gets the steal. 5-on-2. Dunlap and Neal waiting on some reinforcements for the Knights as they were in some line changes. In comes Banks. Dunlap will get it to Cunningham. He spins around, loses it into the neutral zone. Knights will have to get onside. Loose puck right up front comes to Com. He'll take a shot wide of the net. Howard whiffs on the clearing pass, comes right to Banks. Banks will send it down low. Dunlap. Oh, nice center pass by Dunlap from behind his back. Larson couldn't connect on that one, and Howard will clear it. Out to neutral. Nice grab there by Cunningham. Cunningham takes a shot high up over the net, comes near side. Pass Larson. Dunlap will skate over, holds it in at the blue line. Stolen by Banks. Crease shot. Baumgartner with a save. That'll clear the sin bins. Faceoff will be in the Tiger zone with 5:08 remaining in the first. Larson, Smith, Chikini. Com and Cunningham on the defense. Larson wins it back, but that goes past Cunningham into neutral ice. Cunningham will come back, being forechecked by the Tigers. Gets it to Com. Com pushes it ahead into the Tiger zone. They kick it right back out. This will be Harris far side, and that should be an icing. Arms up, icing's the call. We'll come back into the Tiger zone for another faceoff. Faceoff brought to you by CK Print Design. Larson steps in, wins it towards the front. This is grabbed by the Tigers. Held by Larson as he goes battle for it. Loose puck. Grabbed by Chikini. Still kicking around. Chikini can't get a shot off. Now Larson will take a shot. Deflected, goes wide of the net. Arms in the air, so we're going to get a penalty on the Knights once they touch it up. Big check there by Smith. Right at the blue line. Now they'll blow it dead. And there's going to be Smith heading off to the sin bin. Oh, they got him late, and Chicani got the first one, so this will go 5-on-3. 2 minors on the delayed penalty. So power play opportunity for the Tigers. 2 minutes for Chicani, 2 minutes for Smith. Both roughing, 5-on-3. Brought to you by Par Electric. And Wilson will have to come off as he lost his neck protection. That was the delay there. Face off down in the night zone. Tigers win it, bring it up high. Centered up front, goes past Smith.
77, 2-minute minor for interference. Knight's penalty, number 91, 2-minute minor for roughing. This will be
Comes up high to Witt.
power play.
They go D to D, but loses the puck out to neutral, so now the Tigers will have to get back on side. So interference on Smith, roughing on Chicani. Loose puck comes right to Com. He'll get it cleared out into neutral all the way down to Baumgartner. Quick outlet comes all the way to the red line to Nelson. Or Wilson. Right to the center. Now they'll lose it as Com was coming up for a little poke check. Lost control of the puck. Cross ice, takes a shot, wide left of the net. Goes off far side. Grabbed by the Tigers. Sanders with a back check. Tigers will lose the puck. Hervey regains control. He'll take a shot. That's deflected off Com's stick. Goes up into the net. They'll blow it dead. Face off down here in the night zone. 54 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Sanders will come out. Neal will come in to take the face off. They'll leave Com and Cunningham in here on the defense. Neal wins it near side. Now pokes it out in the neutral zone. He's going to race after the puck. Down into the corner. Chase Neal will get there first. Now he takes a big check from Witt. Loose puck. Tigers grab it. Now they'll work their breakout up the right-hand side. Skates in. Cunningham went down to a knee trying to block the pass. Does it again. Now the pass is deflected off Cunningham. Comes out to neutral. Harris will look over his shoulder. Neal chasing after him. They'll come D to D near side. Bounces it off the half wall. Out into the middle. Stolen by Com. Now he'll lose it to Hervey. Comes back to Com. 15 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. He'll skate down low. Now sauces it up high. Down into the Tiger zone. Neal will go to the bench. In will come Gunnar Smith. 4 seconds remaining. That'll end the 5-on-3. In comes Chicani, in comes Smith. Loose puck, trickling down towards Smith. Grabbed by Cunningham, ripped around the boards. Tigers will hold it in. Nice penalty kill there for the Knights. And now it comes right to Sanders. Sanders up the right-hand side. Centers it up front, couldn't connect with Gunnar Smith. Grabbed by Sanders. Sanders up the left-hand side. He's got Gunnar coming right to the middle. Sanders goes down to one knee, regains control of the puck, takes a shot. Gunnar right up front battling with Baumgartner. Loose puck, wrap around. Zwollenberg can't get it in the net. Up high to McClin. McClin will send one back over to the near corner. Hervey will poke at it. Tigers can't get it cleared. Big scoring opportunity. Zwollenberg tried that wraparound as the backside of the net was open but couldn't get it off his stick. Now Zwollenberg will take a shot. Baumgartner with another save. Baumgartner's been tested early. Loose puck grabbed by Gunnar Smith. Around the backside, he'll try a backhand. And net comes off as Baumgartner got that save. Gunnar couldn't. Oh, now his helmet's stuck in the net. He wasn't praying. He was trying to get his face mask stuck out of the net. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the Tigers zone with 1:22 remaining in the first. Com and Cunningham will be on the defense. This will be Bo Smith, Chase Neal, and Charlie Larson on the forwards. for this offensive zone faceoff. Loose puck up front. Larson can't get it. Now backhand Smith. Neal with a shot. That's deflected. Comes back behind Baumgartner. Tigers will clear it. Trickles out to neutral to Cunningham. And now we're going to get an offsides. He didn't see Com was still in the zone. Faceoff will come out to neutral with 1:07 remaining in the period. Smith will come to the right side. Neal will go left. Larson steps into center. They'll push Smith over a little bit. Now they'll drop the puck into the Tiger zone. Kicked it right into the Tigers bench. And now it'll come down into the Tiger zone for this faceoff. Tigers tried to chip it off the boards, and it went right into the gut of White over there. The other Tigers goaltender. Larson will step in. Tigers win the faceoff. Cross ice pass bounces off Smith, comes right to Hervey. Neal back checking. Shot goes wide right of the right post. Tigers will trickle it up high. Smith battling. Down goes the Tigers. Harris loses the puck. Right to Cunningham. Up to Larson. Takes a hit from Harris. Neal skates over, grabs the puck. Sends it over far side towards Smith. It'll be a foot race for the puck. Smith will win that foot race right up to Larson. Shoots Baumgartner with a save. Great scoring opportunity for Larson and the Knights. Baumgartner come up big. Cunningham's shot deflected. Trickles right up to the crease. Cleared by the Tigers. 15 seconds remaining. Out to neutral ice. Hervey backhands it to the center. That goes to Com. Smith will battle for it. Loose puck. Witt over to Harris. Cross ice to Hervey, and that's the end of the period. Can't get a shot off. After one from Jefferson City, it's the Kansas City Knights 0, the Midmo Tigers 0. First period, Knights 3 shots on goal, no goals. Midmo Tigers 8 shots on goal. Intermission number 1 over. Baumgartner heads to our left. Trent, the shot blocker. Smith heads off to our right. Zwellenberg, Gunnar Smith, and Kingston Sanders will head out here for the forwards. Evan Com and Brody Cunningham on the defense. Face-off went ahead, grabbed by Sanders. He'll bring it into the Tiger zone, up the right-hand side. Round the backside of Baumgartner, tries to wrap around to that back door. Couldn't get it into the net, bounces off the post. Now it'll trickle out to neutral. This will be Cunningham. He'll be forechecked by the Tigers, brought over, touched by Cunningham. Now Smith up the left-hand side. Backhands it, leaves it for Zwellenberg in the corner. Down low, Com calling for it up high. Centered up front, right off the foot of Sanders. Here come the Tigers. They'll look for the cross-ice pass. Goes over to Carnes. Carnes skates in. Smith with the save. Down low, grabbed by Brody Cunningham. Behind Smith, chips it around the boards. This will be held in by the Tigers. Big check by Smith up against the boards. Comes to Cunningham. He'll bring it over near side. Bounces off Com's skate. Com will retreat back. Now sends it over far side off of Cunningham's stick. Touched by Smith. Brought in by Cunningham. Takes a shot right into the glove of Baumgartner. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the Tigers zone. Just underway in the second. Knights will switch it up. Larson, Neal, and Smith will check in on this line. McClin and Morrison on the defense. Face-off far side. Offensive zone for the Knights. Larson wins it down in the corner. Will chase after it. Loose puck still. Grabbed by the Tigers. Nice job by McClin as he holds that one in. Kicks it right to his forehand. Battles down in the corner. Trickles over to Larson. Shot blocked by the Tigers. They'll bring it over near side. Brings it out in the neutral zone. Hervey will retreat back into his own zone. Cross ice pass. McClin with a nice check. Puck deflects up into the Tigers bench. They'll blow this one dead. Neutralize face-off. Face-off won by Larson to McClin. Tevis McClin looking to pass. Tries that cross ice right to Neal in the crease, but has it poked away. Loses the edge down in the corner, but comes right to Smith. Shots right off the melon of Baumgartner. Goes over far side. Morrison's shot's deflected, but he kicks it back down low. Larson will battle for this. Tigers come away with it. Nice back check by Smith. Loose puck grabbed by Harris. He'll peel back into the middle. Neal with a check. Harris loses the puck. Now Smith will dump it in the Tiger zone, and we're going to get icing on this. Face-off will come back into the Knight zone with 12:51 remaining in the second. No score. JV action coming up next at the conclusion of this varsity game. Puck drop scheduled for 6 p.m. See if that holds true or not. Howard and Smith will come in, and they're going to kick Howard out. Nope, they're going to let him come back in. It's a little coaching maybe. Loose puck, grabbed by the Tigers right in the crease. Nice check there by Cunningham. Loose puck now grabbed by Cunningham. Chips it up the boards up to Sanders. Sanders overskates it, now tries to get it back to Cunningham. Gains the blue line, sends it around the boards. Far side, grabbed by, missed by Zwellenberg. Here comes Howard the other way. Loose puck grabbed by Smith. Cross ice to Cunningham. He'll backhand it off the glass, trying to get it to Sanders. Triggles out, Cunningham. Shot blocker, save Baumgartner. Comes over near corner. Cunningham will battle for it. Now it's Zwellenberg. Cross ice. Com can't control that one. Now have to battle Witt for it. Comes down low. Howard around the boards. Held by Cunningham. Sends it back down to Com. He'll backhand it behind Baumgartner. This will be Witt up the boards trying to get it cleared for the Tigers. Zwellenberg will send it back down towards Sanders. Big check on Howard. Now Zwellenberg cross ice over to Com. He'll take a shot. Bounces it off Davenport. Trickles up high to Sanders. Backhands it, blocked by Howard. Down goes Sanders. Here come the Tigers. Dumped into the Knight zone right to the stick of Com. Com will chip it up ahead to Sanders. Blocks that one down. Brings it into the Tiger zone. Nice shot. Saved by Baumgartner. Nobody home there for the Tigers on the rebound. Here come for the Knights. Tigers come back the other way. McClin pokes that one away. In comes Banks. Banks will chip it up the boards towards Sanders. He'll backhand it, blocked by the Tigers. Cunningham will race over, keeps it in the zone. Comes right to the stick of Banks. He'll lose it on a poke check. McClin will take a shot. That's blocked by the Tigers. Now McClin will backhand it to Banks. Loses the far side. Comes to Dunlap. He'll take a shot past the net. Comes around near side. Busher Sends it up high to McClin. Back down into the corner to Busher. Banks will come in for support. Grabs the puck. Skates in. Baumgartner with a save. Banks drills it right into his gut. Blown dead. Faceoff will be in the Tigers zone. .10:31 remaining in the second. McClin and Becker on the defense. Banks will take the faceoff. Wins it in the corner. Comes up high to McClin. He'll send it back down. Bounces off Busher. He'll center one, but nobody there but the Tigers. Nice poke check away by McClin. Gets the steal. Dumps it. Delayed offsides. Now Dunlap's in. Nope, and they're still going to call delayed offsides. Banks chases over. Now we're going to get an offsides. Faceoff will come all the way down into the Knight zone. Smith, Larson, and Neal will check in on this faceoff. Cunningham and Com on the defense. Faceoff won by Larson to Com. Now to Cunningham. He tries to rip it around the boards, and that goes out of play. Faceoff grab by the Knights. Cunningham rips it around the boards. Harris will skate over, holds this one in for the Tigers. Takes a shot way wide right of the net. Tigers will hold it in. Dumps it back down low. Back behind Smith. Near side Com. Com can't get it cleared up the boards. Now have to fight for it again. Right through the crease. Goes over far side to Harris. He'll rip one wide of the net. Comes over near side. Harris will hold this one. Com will chip it out in the neutral zone. Past, I'm assuming, older brother Harris. He's a little bigger anyways. Nice back check by Smith. Keeps it into the Tiger zone. Larson in the corner will battle for it up against Harris. Neal tries to take a shot. Bounces it right off of Larson. Kicked out in the neutral zone. Now into the Knight zone. Cunningham will send it to Larson. Poke check by these Tigers. Gets it out to neutral Smith. Smith will get it to Neal. Neal to Larson. Loses the puck. Smith whiffs on the one-timer. Now cleared by the Tigers. And a foot race for the puck. Look out. Here come the Tigers. In. Shot. Save. Smith. Puck's loose. Grabbed by Cunningham behind the net. And that's into that netting that's actually hanging over the glass. So goes out of play. Big scoring opportunity there for the Tigers. Pushed away by Smith. Faceoff will be in the Knight zone. Gunner, Smith, Sanders, Zwellenberg, McClin, and Morrison on the defense. Stolen by Zwellenberg. Tries to pull back to the middle, loses it. He tries to go back to his forehand. Down into the corner, will battle for it, sends it around the boards. Goes far side towards Sanders. Howard pokes it away. Now it's popped up in the air, and that rails right down the glass, but stays in play. Comes right to Zwellenberg. Loses on a poke check, and here come the Tigers back out to neutral. Loses the puck, grabbed by Tevis McClin. Takes a check from Howard, loses the puck. Zwellenberg grabbed it, now a battle for it in the corner. Pops up to Sanders. Shot deflected, goes over the top of the glass, out of play. 8 minutes remaining in the second, no scorer. Will face it off in the Tiger zone. Com and Cunningham will check back in on the defense. Dunlap, Banks, and Busher. Banks wins it down low. Battle for it between Dunlap and one of the Tigers. I think that was Harris. Now it comes to Banks. Banks to his forehand shot. Saved by Baumgartner and just goes past the left post. Up high to Com. Now stolen by the Tigers. Loose puck right in the slot. Shot deflected. Battle down in the corner between Banks. Com centered up front. Tigers covered by Cunningham. Turns around, whiffs on the shot. Cleared by Busher. Cleared over far side. This will be Harris for the Tigers. Takes a big shot from Busher after he released that pass. Now he receives the pass. Broken up by Cunningham. Battle up against the boards. Banks comes away with it. Banks will skate in. Right-hand side. Kicked away. Com calling for it up high. Banks can't get it to him. Banks comes away with it. Brings it up high to Cunningham. Skates into the crease. Loses it off his quick wrister. Goes wide of the net. Now regain control. Takes a shot from a tough angle. Saved by Baumgartner. And they go right after Dunlap. Cunningham trying to pull one of the Tigers players off. And it looks like they're going to skate them both to the sin bin, brought to you by the Westport Flea Market. That'll be Harris for the Tigers, Dunlap for the Knights. We'll skate 5-on-5. So Becker and McClin on the defense. This will bring in Chikini, Neal, and Brookfield. For this 5-on-5 skate, Neal will take the center slot. He's got Chikini up here to the left, tries to get it to him. Now poke it around towards Becker. Grabbed by Carnes for the Tigers. Backhand, loose puck up front, kicked away by Neal. Brookfield will clear it up the boards. Ooh, tough shot there for Smith to save, but he was able to do it. It was just bouncing around. One of the Tigers went right through both defenders. Kind of poked at it. It was bouncing around and went right into the gut of Smith. Morrison will check in. McClin on the defense. Wellenberg, Smith, and Sanders on the forward line. 6:13 remaining in the second, no score. Smith wins it over near side, chipped up the boards by Sanders. Over skates the puck. Now he'll bring it into the Tiger zone. Loose puck, poked away by the Tigers, but Morrison will keep it in the Tiger zone. Right to Sanders. Tough angle shot, saved by Baumgartner. Held by McClin, sends it back down low into the corner. Sanders will go battle for it. Comes away with it in the corner. Poke checked away. Now loose puck comes right up to the crease. Here come the Tigers the other way. Carnes back checked by Smith. Shot saved by Smith. Comes right to a rebound. Smith with another save, and now here come the Knights the other way. Zwellenberg's left, right. Backhands it just out in front of Sanders. Comes into the near corner. Backhands it right up front to Baumgartner. He'll have to jump on top of that one. They'll blow it dead with 5:18 remaining in the second. Knights will switch things up. In comes Larson, Smith, and Neal once again. Cunningham and Com on the defense. Smith and Neal will switch sides. Larson will take the face-off. Cunningham sneaks in. Larson tried to win it back to Cunningham, but that didn't happen. Now here comes Howard with the puck for the Tigers. Being back checked by Smith, loses the puck. Cunningham will try to step up. He comes away with it. Right to Neal. Back to Cunningham. Backhander, wide of the net. Neal near side, brings it up high to Smith. Shot gets deflected, goes down into the corner. Neal backhands it center, looking for Larson. Now Howard will backhand it out in the neutral zone. Grab by Cunningham. Pass Neal, and we're going to get an icing. Two. Cunningham and Com will stay in on the defense. This will bring in Banks, Busher, and Chikini. Face-off grab by the Tigers. Hervey with a shot, deflected. Grab by Cunningham. Tries to get it up to Com. Tigers will hold it. This will be pinned. That shot will be blocked by Banks. Harris saves it at the blue line. Centered up front, grabbed by Com. Tigers, Hervey gets the steal. Trying to get it to Harris as he was creeping up right in the middle of the crease. Now to be Busher, gets it Kiney, stolen by Harris. Stolen back by Cunningham. Cunningham will bring it into the Tiger zone. Way down deep, tries to center it up front, right to Banks, shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 16, Hoyt Banks, from number 73, Brody Cunningham. And with 3:58 remaining in the second, Knights finally get on the board. 1-0. Smith, Neal, Larson, McClin, and Becker. Face-off grab by the Tigers. Poked away by McClin. Up the boards, Larson. Battles Witt for it, loose puck. Smith can't hold it. It does hold it. Now it trickles out by Larson. He'll send it back into the Tiger zone. This will be Witt, far corner. Larson will give chase. Pass comes all the way through neutral ice. And they're going to call no icing. McClin gets back, gets it to Becker. Becker rips it around the boards towards Smith. Smith gets it to McClin. McClin pushes it ahead. Neal. Now it comes off to the stick to McClin. Whiffs on the shot, looking for the puck. Grabbed by Larson down low. Tigers player went down, and he was actually on top of the puck. Now it's cleared by the Tigers. Up to Howard. Poked away by Larson. Neal will battle Hervey for it. Loose puck right underneath Larson. He stepped on the puck, lost his balance. Quick shot goes wide of the net. Centered up front, right off the side of the post. And now McClin will push Howard over. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the Knight zone with 2:40 remaining in the second. Cunningham O'Com will check in. Zwellenberg, Smith, and Sanders. Face-off will be near side. Howard will step in against Gunnar Smith. Gunnar kicks it over to Cunningham. Cunningham will rip it around the boards. Bounces off the half wall, comes right to Zwellenberg. Knight's got a 2-on-1. Zwellenberg to his forehand. Takes it down low, looks to center as Gunnar was coming in, but bounces off a Tiger skate. Now right back in the crease, and Howard will come the other way. Nice stick lift by Gunnar Smith. Loose puck goes over far side. Harrod will put a check on Smith. Puck comes to Cunningham. He tries to rip it across to Zwellenberg. Dropped down, blocked down by the Tigers. Sanders and Harris going at it up against the boards. And now we're going to get a penalty. And this is going to be on Howard. Check in the back. This might be a 10-2 as they're over there talking to the coach. So face-off brought to you by CK Print Design, and it will be a misconduct, 10-2. So Howard will be out for till about the 5-minute mark of the third period. Knights go to the power play brought to you by Par Electric. Let's see if we can light up the scoreboard. Knights leading 1-0 with 2:04 remaining in the second. Smith wins it, comes up high to Com. Com tries to send one that's blocked by Wilson, goes over far side. Cunningham down to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg back up high to Cunningham. Shot up front. Cleared by the Tigers. Baumgartner with a save. We got an arm in the air. And we're going to get a slash. They're going to call it on Sanders as he was swiping at the puck. And that'll offset the power play. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. We'll have a 4-on-4 skate. For the next minute 39, and then the Tigers will go to a 21-second power play. Quick shot by Hervey, saved by Smith. Comes up high to Penn. Back down low into the corner. Cunningham's right there. Chips it out. Com. We got a 2-on-2. Com left, Zwellenberg right. Com will go to the right. Backhands it, trying to get it to Smith. Trickles by the side of the net. Cunningham will step up, holds it in up against the half wall near side. Now grabbed by Zwellenberg. Round the backside of Baumgartner. To his forehand, takes a shot, blocked up front off of Penn, goes off into the near corner. Smith holds it momentarily. Cunningham will step up, try to hold it, kicks it back into the corner. Zwellenberg, big battle up front between Com and somebody from the Tigers. Now it trickles up high. Smith will hold this one. Cross ice, Cunningham, one-timer, goes wide of the net. Out into the neutral zone. Gunner with the check on the ref. Now he comes away with a puck. Gets around Witt, takes a shot, blocker save, Baumgartner. Witt will come back, tries to get this one. Cunningham down for support, holds it up against the half wall. Banks is checked in. Cunningham with a shot right into the breadbasket of Baumgartner. 7 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. 11 seconds remaining in the period. Knights leading 1-0. Graham and McClin will check in. Larson and Banks for this offensive zone faceoff. Larson wins it near a corner. Tigers try to clear it. Larson holds it. 5 seconds remaining. Banks comes down, grabs the puck. 3 seconds, 2, chips it around the boards right off the ref. Quick shot, save Baumgartner. That's the end of the second. So after 2, it's the Knights 1, the Tigers 0. Tigers will start the third with 17 seconds remaining on the Kingston Sanders penalty. We'll take a short break for a cleaning of the ice. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. All right, welcome back. The ice has been cleaned. The players are getting ready to come back out on the ice. Refs are getting the nets set back up. We head to the third with the Knights leading 1-0. The Tigers will begin the third with 17 seconds remaining on their power play. Scoring number 16, Hoyt Banks, from number 73, Brody Cunningham, with 3:58 remaining in the second to give the Knights their 1-0 lead. That was Banks' 11th goal of the season, matched by Cunningham's 11th assist of the season. Did have some shots backwards earlier, so we've got that squared away. I think after the first, I said it was 8-3 Tigers in shots over the Knights. That was actually backwards. So shots so far, the Knights have 16 shots on goal, 1 goal to show for it. Midmo Tigers have 7 shots on goal, no goals. Please take me home. All right, looks like the stretching's about over. Refs are coming out. We're ready to get this thing underway. JV action will be next. Puck drop scheduled for 6 o'clock. That's probably not going to happen. Maybe it was 6:30 scheduled puck drop. That seems more realistic. I could be off with my time a little bit. So come back here shortly for that JV action as the first place Knights taking on these Midmo Tigers. We'll be back in action again tomorrow. Varsity will come to you first. I believe it is 9 or 9:30. It's 9:30, followed by the JV at 11:30. We're underway in the third. Faceoff comes all the way back into the Knight zone. This will be Com. He'll take it back behind Smith. Being forechecked by Harris. Will peel back the other way. Now puts on the brakes behind Smith. Harris will force him around the right-hand side. Back to the middle. Loses the puck. Regains control. Gains the red line. Gains the blue line. Skates it in up the left-hand side. Sanders went streaking for the crease. Com tried to get him to pass, but well back behind him. Cunningham will come back, gains the red line, dumps it into the Tiger zone. Back behind Baumgartner. This will be Harris and Com battling for it. Down into the corner. Smith will come away with it. Tries a center to Kingston Sanders streaking through the middle. Misses on that, and here comes the Tigers the other way. Nice back check by Smith. Forecheck by Cunningham. Loose puck. Now it's grabbed by Cunningham. Bounce up. Now Hervey. Send it into the Knight zone, far side of the ice grab. Oop, missed by Smith. Sloppy puck handling to start the period here for the Knights. Loose puck now grabbed by Zwellenberg, and we're going to have something back behind the play. We're going to get roughing on Com. As the Knights were setting up for a breakout into the Tigers zone, and instead, as one penalty ends, or has ended, the Tigers will go right back to the power play. Face off in the Knight zone, 2 minutes roughing Evan Com. He'll head to the sin bin, brought to you by the Westport Flea Market Bar and Grill. Wilson and Larson will battle this one out. Won by Wilson. Carnes up high, slap shot, blocked by Smith, cleared by Smith.
Number 10, 2-minute minor for roughing. This will be a Tigers power play.
Hervey with the puck, brings it into the Knight zone. Takes a shot, deflected off Smith once again, grabbed by McClin around the half wall. Held by the Tigers, dumped back down low. McClin will come back behind Smith, pokes this one up ahead towards Larson. Harris will hold it, comes right to Carnes, quick shot right into the gut of Smith. Can't secure it, Tigers will hold it at the blue line. Harris once again, big slapper, bounces this one off Larson. Up front, slapped at by the Tigers. Cross-ice pass, whiffed on the one-timer, cleared by Larson. Baumgartner will leave it. Back behind the net, forecheck by Larson, gets the steal. Loses it right through the front of the crease. Now here come the Tigers the other way. Graham will step up, poke checks at it. Harris keeps it onside, comes right to the front. Nice job by McClin and Larson. Quick shot, goes past the net, and the net is off. They're going to fix the net. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. 12:32 remaining in the game with the Knights leading 1-0. 44 seconds remaining on the roughing penalty from Com. Morrison and Cunningham will come in on the defense. Dunlap and Neal on the forwards. See if they can kill off this remaining 44 seconds. Dunlap wins it in the corner to Cunningham. Chipped ahead towards Dunlap. Dunlap and Harris going at it. Wilson comes away with it, stolen by Cunningham. Cunningham will go up the left-hand side. Takes a shot, blocked by Witt. Held by Neal. He'll get it back down low. Now Dunlap will work this one, brings it up high. Neal with a slap shot. Goes right into the glove of Baumgartner. Now they'll finally blow it dead. .11 seconds remaining on the Tiger power play. This faceoff brought to you by CK Print Design. Faceoff won by the Tigers, goes to Howard. Morrison can't hold it, look out. Neal's gonna have to back check quick as the Tigers get there now. They'll center it up front, past everyone, comes right to Witt. He'll take a shot, wide left of the net, goes off far corner. Cycled up the boards, Com ends the penalty. Tigers hold it. Right up front, saved by Smith, right into his glove. Morrison jumped up to block the pass, or the shot, went straight up in the air, fell right into the crease. Tigers take a shot. Smith blocked it with his stick, popped straight into the air, and then right into his glove. 11:36 remaining in the game. Knights have killed off that power play. Smith, Sanders, Wellenberg. Cunningham and Com. Loose puck, finally grabbed by the Tigers, centered up front, right past everyone, comes over near corner. Cunningham will battle for it. Loose puck, quick shot by Harris, goes wide of the net. Now it's Com down low. Tries to send it around the boards. Popped up high in the air again. Now it's grabbed by Zwellenberg. He'll push it ahead. Sanders up the right-hand side. Big hit on Sanders up against the glass. Now the Tigers will send it around the board's far side. Com will send one. That goes past Baumgartner to Sanders. Quickly across the ice to Com. Com with a shot. That's deflected. Goes out and out of play. Way up high over the net. Boy, Sanders is taking some shots from these Tigers. But he's a tough kid, built like a brick wall. Pops up from each of them. Face off in the Tigers zone. 10:53 remaining in the game. Loose puck right at the dot. Now grabbed by Harris. Poked away by Com right to Sanders. They try to hit Sanders again. He reverse checks this one. Centered up front. Zwellenberg Can't pull the trigger. Backhand goes wide of the net. Up the board, send the Tigers. Hervey will push it past Cunningham to Harris. He'll try to center, bounces it off Com, goes back behind Smith. Far corner, Smith and Cunningham. They'll poke it around the boards. Comes over to Cunningham. Up the right-hand side, he'll come. Pushes it ahead to Sanders. Takes it down deep into the corner, peels back for a little time and space, brings it up high to Cunningham. Pressured by Harris. Now he'll lose the puck. Tigers will clear it. Harris out into the neutral zone, stolen by McClin. McClin will bring it in right to the slot. Over to Zwellenberg. Can't get a shot off as Witt was right there in his path. Around the boards to McClin. Back over near side towards Zwellenberg. Dunlap will come in. They'll hold it up against the half wall. Now it trickles out to neutral. McClin will look over his shoulder. They're going to wave off icing. Grabbed by McClin down low. Tries a cross ice. That's blocked by the Tigers. Comes out to neutral. Comes right to Banks. Banks up the left-hand side. Takes a shot. Blocker saved by Baumgartner. Big forecheck by Busher. Puck loose. Witt will send it around the half wall near side. Graham will redump it back in, and we got a delayed offsides now, and offsides is the call. Dunlap, Banks, Busher, Becker, and McClin on the defense. Face-off grab by the Tigers, slapping in their own zone. Now stolen by Busher. He'll take a shot wide left of the net by about 5 feet. Dunlap will battle, trickles up front towards Busher. He misses on that one. Tigers got it far corner. They'll slap it off the boards. This is going to be an icing. Face-off will come back to the Tiger zone. 8:49 remaining in the game with your Kansas City Knights leading 1-0. Puck's tied up at the dot. Banks comes away with it. Now he has his back pocket picked by Harris. Harris will bring it over near side to Hervey. Tries to get it back to Harris. Off his skate, stolen by Busher. Busher into the Tiger zone. Gets it over to Banks. Banks backhander behind the net. Comes over near side, held by Becker. Shot was blocked by the Tigers. Dunlap tries to center it up front. Grabbed by the Tigers, back behind Baumgartner. Backhands it off the glass towards Harris. Chipped out in the neutral zone to McClin. Forecheck stolen by the Tigers. They'll bring it in the Knight zone. Takes a shot. Glove saved by Smith. Face off in the Knight zone with 8:03 remaining in the game. Sanders, Gunner, Smith, Zwellenberg will check back in. Cunningham and Com on the defense with the Knights leading 1-0 for this defensive zone face-off, brought to you by CK Print Design. Grab by Com. Pushed ahead to Sanders. Takes a shot, deflected by Witt. Now grabbed by Witt, back behind Baumgartner. Backhander bounces off of Zwellenberg, pops into the neutral zone. Pushed ahead to Hervey. Slapped away by Zwellenberg, comes over near corner. Loose puck grabbed by Com. Wraps it around the half wall. Hervey up high, back down low to Hervey. Centered up front. They can't slap that one down. Sanders will come over, sends it up the wall. Arms in the air, we're going to get an icing. Face-off will come back to the Knight zone with 7:25 remaining in the game. Larson, Smith, and Neal will check in for this forward line. Cunningham and Com will stay out there on the defense. Larson and Wilson will battle this one out. Loose puck comes to Harris. Nice job by Neal, pokes that one away, now blocks that shot. Pushed ahead, Larson will race for it. He's not going to get there first. And now we're going to get an offsides. Nice defensive effort by Neal as he blocked one with his stick, blocked one with his body. Got it to Larson, but couldn't gain control of it up the wall. Face-off neutralized, 7:09 remaining in the game. Now Larson will win this one back, comes all the way into the Knight zone. Cunningham will race back for this one. Now cross-ice pass quickly to Neal. Neal up the left-hand side. Smith will fill the middle. Neal with the shot. Baumgartner save. Tigers will clear this one out. This will come all the way back to Smith. Quick shot. Out of play up into the net. That turnover caused by the forechecking of the Tigers. And Smith tried to get it to Cunningham, and as soon as he turned around, he had a Tiger right in his face. Lost the puck. Quick shot right off the top of the glove of Smith into the net. Face off in the Knight zone. One down into the corner to McClin. Round the half wall. Penn will chase over, holds it right at the blue line. Skates in a little bit, right at the top of the circle, takes a shot, deflected off of Morrison. Witt will come over, saves this one. Neal gets screened down low, grabbed by Wilson, shot, blocker save, straight up into the air. Bounces off the top of the ceiling. Face-off will be in the Knight zone, far circle. Knights will switch up their forwards, Busher, Banks, and Dunlap. Banks will take the center spot. Won by the Tigers. Quick shot deflected by Dunlap. Backhander. Saved by Smith. I thought that was going to trickle over his back shoulder into the net and actually went wide left. Now it's Busher, far corner. Forecheck by the Tigers. Smith has to take a swipe at that one off the side. Secures that one. Face-off will be in the Knight zone with 5:56 remaining in the game. Knights have to try to get some of this momentum away as the Tigers are keeping it down into the Knight zone. Face-off won by the Knights, but then held by the Tigers. This will come to Com. Off the half wall, up ahead to Busher. Loses the puck, Smith with another save. Com will send it around the boards towards Cunningham. Pushed ahead to Banks. Out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by the Tigers. Stolen by Banks, and now we're going to get an offsides, as Busher hadn't cleared the zone yet. Face-off will come back out to neutral with 5:28 remaining. This face-off brought to you by CK Print Design. For all your printing needs. Smith, Sanders, Wellenberg have checked back in. Cunningham and Com on the defense. Grabbed by Sanders, right up through the middle. To the right, takes a shot, shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 6, Kingston Sanders. From number 7, Gunnar Smith, right off the face-off. And with 5:22 remaining in the game, the Knights are now up 2-0. False start as the ref hadn't dropped the puck. Now he does. This is won by the Tigers. Grabbed by Carnes, skates in, Com sends him wide, blocks the centering pass. Now it comes up front. Quick shot wide left of the net. Round the half wall, held by the Tigers. Deflected by Cunningham. Tigers with a shot off the post. Smith's shoulder was pinned right up against it, wasn't squeaking it in. Now Sanders quickly up to Smith. Back to Sanders. Zwellenberg with a shot, goes wide of the net. Cross ice pass by Witt, intercepted there by Sanders. Now brings it over to Zwellenberg. Cross ice slapped down by Com. He was trying to get it to Cunningham. Look out. Now the Tigers have a breakout. Shot deflected, goes wide of the net, centered back up front. Now stolen by Zwellenberg, loose puck. Tigers will send it up the wall, grabbed by Sanders to Zwellenberg, popped up in the air to back to Zwellenberg. Actually comes to Larson, to his backhand, shot. Baumgartner with a save. Rebound shot goes wide of the net, near corner. Witt will send it around the backside of Baumgartner, far side. Neal will hold this. Nice big reverse check by Neal. Comes up high. McClin, shot, wide of the net. Now grabbed by the Tigers. Action is picked up here late in the third. Hervey was trying to cherry pick back here. I'm not sure if they really saw him. Now it comes out to neutral, back to Becker. He'll dump it in. Delayed off sides of the call. Now it's cleared. Grabbed by the Tigers far side, kicked out in the neutral zone. Comes right to McClin. McClin will backhand it back into the Tiger zone. They'll kick it right back out. Goes over far side towards Becker. He'll slap it around the half wall near side. Hervey will hold this one. And that's going to be an icing by Becker as the coach was screaming for icing. He wanted to get some players changed. Zwellenberg is like, nice job. Saw the tempo change and wanted to slow this thing down a little bit. Larson, Smith, and Neal in on the forward line. McClin and Becker on the defense. Oh, and Smith lost his stick. That's an expensive break right there. And we're going to get a timeout by the Tigers. Oh, Daddy Smith's probably crying over there as Trent just broke his goalie stick, and you think forward sticks are expensive. Woo, baby, try buying one of them things. The timeout, it's the 1 minute. So face-off when we come back to action will be in the Knights zone. 3:07 remaining in the game with the Knights leading 2-0. And you see the coach over there talking to Baumgartner right now. I'm sure he's saying, hey, we gain possession. I want you onto the bench. We get a sixth skater out here. So I would imagine he will start this face-off up towards about the top of the circles, shorten that skating distance down. So Trent Smith to his backup goalie stick. See how far Baumgartner retreats down. He's going all the way to the crease. That's a little surprising. So Banks, Larson, Smith, Bo Smith, Cunningham and Com in here. 3:07 remain in the game. Knights leading 2-0. Tied up at the dot. Brought up high. Tigers win this one. Baumgartner stays in net. Up front, saved by Smith. Rebound, blocked, grabbed by Banks. Banks around wide right. Down into the corner, loses the puck. Got Smith centered up front. Comes to his backhand. Saved by Baumgartner. Grabbed by Larson. Now Smith will battle for it up against the cage. Baumgartner will cover it up. And they will face it off in the Tiger zone with 2:40 remaining in the game. Knights will keep everything the same. Tigers will switch up a couple of their defensive players. Offensive zone face-off for the Knights. Banks steps in, wins it off into the corner. Tigers get to it first, wrap it around the backside of the half wall. Over far side to Harris. Cross-eyes pass is blocked by Larson. Larson and Banks run into each other, lose the puck. Now it's up the wall towards Harris. Harris will bring it in right side, takes a shot. That's blocked by Cunningham. Centered to Hervey. Takes a shot wide of the net. Rebound right up front. Smith's on the ice trying to get back up. Witt will hold it in. Now Smith will get to his feet. Brought up high to Witt. Shot goes wide of the net. Far side. Com will clear it right towards Baumgartner, but just to the right of him. That'll be an icing call. Face-off will come back into the Knight zone. 1:54 remaining in the game. Tigers still not looking to pull Baumgartner. Knights will bring in Dunlap, Sanders, and Smith. Maybe. And we're going to get a timeout by the Knights. JV action coming up next. Puck drop scheduled for 6:30. Should be pretty close to that time. 6:07 now, so 23 minutes left. Just got 2 minutes left in this game. Shave the ice, little warm up, so 6:30 is going to be pretty accurate. We'll end this broadcast and then look for us to come back online for the JV game. Face-off will be in the Knight zone. Cunningham and Com on the defense. Larson, Bo Smith, and Brett Dunlap on the forward line. Baumgartner's got his helmet off, so I'm not even sure he's going to come back out, and they're debating. 6 skaters for the Tigers. Baumgartner was going back. Now he's going to come over to the wall. So it'll be a 6-on-5 defensive zone face-off for the Knights. Empty net. Knights leading 2-0. Tied up at the dot. Sent back behind Smith. Cunningham rips it around the half wall. Takes an odd bounce. Comes right to Dunlap. Backhands it, deflected off of Hervey. Loose puck grabbed by the Tigers. Tried to get it to Harris. Arms in the air, and we're going to get an icing. So face-off will come into the Tiger zone. Now Baumgartner will have to come back into net. That'll get one of the skaters. That'll be Carnes climbing over the wall for the Tigers. Larson wins it down in the corners. Tigers try to clear it up the wall. Harris backhands it near side. Hervey will come back for it. Pressured by Larson. Peels back around for a little time and space. Now it kicks it off the wall. Deflected by the Tigers. Cleared by Com. Larson in the neutral zone. And we're going to get an offsides. Neutral zone face-off with 1:10 remaining in the game. Smith, Sanders, and Banks will climb over the wall. Cunningham and Com will stay out on the defense. Smith will take the face-off. This is Gunnar Smith, the younger brother. Tigers with a face-off win. Nice back check there by Smith, but can't get the puck. Tigers bring it into the Knight zone. Cleared by Com. Sanders will race forward, empty net. Sanders shot, he slaps one wide of the net. Kicks out all the way into the neutral ice. This is a 6-on-5. Empty net again. Com. He'll send one deflected. No icing on this. Sanders will come down for it in the corner. Got Banks in the center, but Sanders with a big check up against the boards. Banks comes away with it. Now poked away by the Tigers. Out into neutral. And we're going to get a penalty. And this will be on Sanders. Roughing on the backside of that play as he was getting just swarmed over by the Tigers. He'd have had about enough of it. So this will be an empty net defensive zone faceoff for the Knights. 6-on-4 now. 28 seconds remaining in the game. Larson, Smith, Com, and Cunningham. 6 Tigers out there, tied up at the dot. Comes to Cunningham. Around the half wall. Carnes up high. Shot blocked. Larson cleared by Smith. Wide of the net. They called icing. And it's a 6-on-4. And they're going to get a penalty on the Knights. That's why they blew it dead. High sticking called on Cunningham. So now it'll be a 6-on-3. Eight seconds remaining in the game. So Larson, Com, and the Knights need one more. So who's going to climb over the wall? It'll be Bo Smith. Face off in the Knights zone. 8.6 seconds remaining. 6-on-3. Larson wins it ahead. Grabbed by the Tigers. Over to Hervey. His backhander goes way wide left near corner. Right up front. And that's the end of the game. Knights get a 2-0 victory here at Jeff City. Smith ends up on the ice to keep that final shot out of the net and keep the score 2-0. And a difference of opinion here between the refs and Coach Kempkes after the game. They'll touch up gloves here with the players. Gave Kempkes the old heave-ho, so we'll see if Kempkes is even available for the JV game or tomorrow's varsity game. All right, well, the way this one worked out, Banks got things going early. Well, not super early, but got the first score of the game anyways. 3:58 remaining in the second. Banks from Cunningham. That ends up being your game winner. And then a little insurance there in the third. Kingston Sanders off the faceoff from Gunnar Smith. 5:22 remaining in the game for the insurance goal, and the Knights win it 2-0. Thanks for joining us. A little prayer here after the game by the Tigers and the Knights here at Center Ice. We'll be back around 6:30 for the JV action. Hope you can tune in for that game. We will be back shortly. Final score, Knights 2, Tigers 0.